Hello and welcome to my Impact Wrestling review. A lot of news going on with this company this week I want to speak on, and this show itself. And I am going to get to this whole show of Impact, which pretty much revolved around the wedding of Brian Cage and Melissa Santos, which in a way I thought was very entertaining, and we'll get to that in a second. But a few things I do want to address and probably throughout this review that has to do with this company. Number one, as you all know, that maybe a few days late on this, but I want to wait till I did the review. But Impact Wrestling does now have an official start date to when they will be on Access TV. They will be moving to Access TV Tuesday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. Personally, that is the spot I have been talking about since the past couple reviews right now, and I'm glad they made the very smart choice of doing that, because like I said before, staying on Friday is a death sentence for them on that horrible Pursuit channel, which I know they still got to get through some episodes first on there still before, because pretty much after Bound for Glory, then they will be on Tuesday nights every week on Access TV, because that hunting channel crap was not working. Because I'm like, don't pick Saturday. I know there's wrestling on Saturday for Access TV in regards to New Japan and WoW, but I think Impact would have just overloaded Saturday with too much wrestling, and a lot of people don't really watch wrestling on weekends like that. So it's best to just put Impact on Tuesdays. It's the beginning of the week. It's not really a lot on TV. If you're going on with that, listen, at least some people have more of Access TV than they have, Pursuit channel, or you could watch it on Twitch, but that's not going to help the ratings either. Now, I know for the next few weeks, I know they're going to be on October the 1st, though, on Tuesdays. Pretty much throughout the next 2 weeks until after Bound for Glory, they're going to be playing a lot of their past shows. Well, mostly pay-per-views throughout the entire year, from Homecoming to Slammiversary to Rebellion. And pretty much after Bound for Glory, after the third week, they will be on Tuesdays every night, and hopefully things do work out well for them. I know maybe some changes going into it. I know it's already changes going into it also, as they move to a new channel and a new night, which like I said before, I think that's a perfect spot for them. It's like a lot of people said, nobody's not taking Tuesday nights up now. SmackDown's not on Tuesday anymore, so hey, take advantage. Impact takes Tuesdays. There's no problem with that in my book. Hopefully they do change some things up. A lot of people have been saying like the production or anything. I don't know how much money well, then again, Anthem is the one that bought Access to begin with, a majority of it, and HDNet. So hopefully more money is being put into this company and we see some better things. Not the production is bad, I just think it just doesn't look good when you see it on Pursuit channel. Maybe it comes better off on Twitch, but there is a lot of things they could upgrade if you want to go from, I don't know, cinematic or just backstage, just how the show is shot in general. So hopefully we see some changes from that. I know they said that one of their the people that got it, the guy that makes like the intro videos and multiple other videos in the back, has left, or I put in his 2-week notice. Kevin Sullivan, not the wrestler, by the way. He's like one of the, like I said, he makes a lot of video packages that look really good on the show. He's supposed to be working for AEW soon. Well, he was working under both, so he was never really under full contract with Impact, but I just heard about him leaving pretty much now recently, so that is about to happen. So hopefully we see something really great from this, and like I said, just in general for Tuesday night. So like I said, it's the perfect night they could really pick right now. Now, I don't know if the show's going to be live when they come on after Bound for Glory, because I don't know if there's any shows that are planned, because right after the pay-per-view, Bound for Glory, when it happens in Chicago, which I most likely may be going to, but I don't think they have any tapings there, and I think they'll probably just show like they did with Slammiversary. They'll highlight everything from the show, and then maybe have a dark match they'll play on TV before we get everything to their regularly scheduled program. I don't know where they'll be live next. I do think they need to do a live show on Tuesday here and there. If you ask me, I would do it on, as soon as after Bound for Glory, but I don't think there's any shows planned right now, after Bound for Glory until they go to the next city to tape another show. So that's all I can really take from that right now. But like I said, they will be starting on Tuesdays on the 1st. If you haven't seen the Homecoming before, check it out. You may enjoy it. I know the pay-per-views all the way back from January, but still, they put on some really good pay-per-views throughout the past few months throughout the year now. So like I said, it's good they picked Tuesdays. Perfect night, 7-9. That's the best possible outcome you can come up with. You could have went back to Thursdays, but we've already done Thursdays before. Tuesday is your best bet. Okay, it's your best bet. Not Friday, not Saturday. Thursday could have worked, but you were there before, and there was already problems, as people said. So Tuesday is a way better night to do it. So I'm good with that. But other thing I want to address also is the signing of I don't care, you want to call him Johnny Mundo, Johnny Impact, John Morrison, which we now know his status now, where he is at. If we know Johnny Impact has been gone pretty much after Slammiversary, and he's been a free agent. But as reports have been throughout the next few days, I don't know how true this is. John Morrison has signed back with the WWE. I am very surprised by that, to be honest, in a way, because when he left Impact, I either thought this. He was either A, going to go to AEW, or B, go back to WWE. I didn't really think he was going to go back to WWE. I actually thought he was going to AEW, because I know his wife Taya is still in Impact and everything, and she's still got a big thing going on over there as the champion right now. But Johnny Impact, he went out the right way. He put Swan over back at Slammiversary. I thought they had a very great match. I thought it was one of the best of the night on that show before he left out. So I don't know. There were reports that said this. I can't believe every report online, but I know Johnny Impact did, or Johnny Morrison, whatever you want to call him. Johnny 8 names. He did kind of respond back to it and everything. I will say this. I know a lot of people wonder, like, why he's signing back with the company. Some people say it was either financial security, and I'm just, reading on a couple things from there. Or maybe he just wanted to go back. Now, I don't know what they would do. I'm not going to say send him to NXT, because I think the guy's already been established enough to even go back to NXT, because the last time John Morrison was in WWE, I think they released them in 2000 and I think it was either 11 or was it 12, because he's been out of WWE for almost 7-8 years now, and I've seen the guy in Lucha Underground and Impact for the past years, ever since he left the company in general. So the guy's done well. He's gotten better. Maybe some a little on the mic. The guy's always been great in the ring. So if he goes back, I just say good luck to him. Hopefully they don't bury the guy. I personally think he'll end up on either Raw or SmackDown probably after the draft, because they could put him back to NXT, but I don't know, man. I just feel like WWE has so many guys. It's like people say it's this bidding war right now. It's like WWE is just holding anyone they can or signing anybody that they can, so no one like AEW does not pick up these guys, which I've read, which is honestly true, to be honest. So I could really believe that. So I just wanted to talk about the whole John Morrison thing, just because he was an Impact. I think a lot of people thought he would have came back to Impact, because he has been gone since July. Okay, so we already knew his contract was over. But like I said, I am a little surprised he did not go to AEW. But hey, maybe they offered him a bigger deal. I don't know, but that's his choice when you want to go off from that. But other than those two tidbits of news right there that were very important. I do want to get next. So, beginning of the show, Las Vegas, Nevada, Sam's Town Casino, and the next set of tapings. They pretty much kicked off the show with a video montage slideshow of Brian Cage and Melissa Santos as they were going to prepare for their wedding tonight. Don Callis and Josh Matthews were on commentary, pretty much wearing tuxedos and everything, as Don Callis says it was edible. But pretty much they even had a wedding correspondent who was in the back at the pretty much getting ready for the wedding. There was a party back there. From AfterBuzz TV, Gabby Lauren. The first guest was Gail Kim. Pretty much that was going to make a great bride and everything. So good to see Gail Kim on the show. When any other change, you get to see Gail Kim, because we already know she works in the back and everything. But it's always good to see Gail Kim any chance you get to see her on TV. Next, LAX's music hit then for some reason, which we thought they were gone. But guess who? It's not LAX, it's Ethan Page and Josh Alexander, pretty much dressing like LAX with bandanas, pretty much just like, their whole gear and everything. Pretty much, there was a parody and everything, and they said Conan will find as disrespectful as Josh Matthews put it. Pretty much Ethan Page got on the mic. He says, "Oh, you expected LAX are the best tag team in the world. Well, you got what was advertised, the North, and we have delivered." All right. Josh Alexander pretty much said, I'm walking out here dressed we're out here dressed like morons, and you idiots still cheer, pretty much. And we're dressed like losers at the moment. And then they gave some fan, maybe it was a plant, a bandana. And everything, say you all losers. Say I'm a professional athlete, okay? And this ring right here is sacred ground for professional wrestling. Pretty much says this makes him sick. He ripped off the shirt and started stomping on the ground. This is what I think of LAX, and this is what I think of any tag team in the back that think they can, they're better than us and everything. That everyone needs to forget about the past champions. We're the current ones. Paige pretty much talked about how the fans are, sending mail to Impact Wrestling and say, like, begging LAX to come back, which is, nope, it's not going to happen. They're gone. They're not coming back, and we made sure of it. Paige pretty much said that I don't care how much power Conan has in the streets or this company, they're not coming back. LAX's music hit again. Conan came out this time, though, to the music. Pretty much looking at both the North, pretty much calling them, some bitch may walk in talking glory hole hoes, and you guys just making jackasses of yourselves. Cal said it was a glory hole, which I thought was funny. Pretty much Paige says, LAX was to make the ones to look like they're the ones that are jackasses. Conan pretty much says that, you will never be stars even if you were thrown by ninjas. Hey, we got the proof right here with the titles, as they said. Conan pretty much says, you couldn't tear chicken at a luau. Pretty much you guys are some hoes and bitches, or putos or puto in Spanish as in bitches. Alexander pretty much says you're standing in the North's ring right now, and Conan pretty much says, like, I got a lot of friends back there that would like to bust that ass right now, okay? And then Paige says, who you gonna get? Daga? We already beat him. LAX sent them packing. Who do you got? Pretty much Rhino and RVD came out. So I guess Conan was in ECW at one point or something, but he said he has friends in the back, so I guess this was going to happen. Yeah, I thought it was a good first part of the show. I think Ethan Page did really good on the microphone right here with Conan. Same with Alexander too. In a way, I guess they were trying to trick the fans, because we've seen stuff like this before when they do some, like, the loser leaves the company, and then that person's music hits, and then someone's dressed as them. I know this happened before. The one I really known that I've seen before when something like that happens, if you go all the way back to WWE, when Jeff Hardy had to leave, and that's when he came back to TNA back in 2010. But, CM Punk cosplayed him and everything, and dressed out pretty much said he's never coming back. So that was the case from there. But pretty much into this tag match with the North versus Van Dam and RVD. Pretty much a good match, I will say that. One thing I am a little surprised, I don't know why they got RVD and Rhino going over. I think he put the champs over right there, because Josh Alexander tried to grab the title belt, and but the referee was distracted. Conan pretty much pulled the belt from him. Rhino came in with a spear or gore or whatever on Alexander. RVD hit the 5-star frog splash and then picked up the win over the tag champions. I don't know why they got the champs kind of losing out here like this in a way. I don't know. Maybe they're setting up a title match, so they'll probably win against Van Dam and Rhino. But does RVD and Rhino are in line for a title shot now? I don't know, but I feel like people expected the North to go over instead of the Legend team right there. Gama Singh pretty much talking bad about Raj and Rohit Raju. Pretty much said I had to go all the way back to India to find someone worthy of representing the nation, and that you guys are losing all the time due to having 1.2 billion people on your back. But Raj says, I'm your son, no. He says, you're replaceable also, okay? So that's why we have to find Shira here to do this. Gama pretty much says you need to pull up your socks and stop producing, alright? Because Mahabla Shira here is going to take care of the Deaners tonight. They then went back to the wedding. Pretty much Eddie Edwards was next. Eddie tried to speak a little, but Reno Scum came in. One of them dropped a pill or something in his drink then at one point to probably drug him. Pretty much Reno Scum got out of there then, leaving Eddie behind. Eddie pretty much, said enjoy the wedding and everything until Johnny Swinger came on, saying, like, you should know me from ECW, which aired after Rockin' Bowl. Listen, I don't even know who this guy even is. Maybe I need to go look at who Johnny Swinger is, because they talk about ECW. I'm like, who were you in ECW? And maybe my mind's not all the way on that, by the way, but I do not know who this Johnny Swinger is. I like, wait, this guy was in ECW? Who was he in ECW? I don't know. I'm going to have to go look that up, but I don't know where they're going with that. Mahabla Shira then went against Jake Diener. Not long of a match, really. it was pretty good. I will say that it was pretty much to make Shearer look strong. Jake is a big guy also there too, but he pretty much hit the sky high and world's strongest slam for the ring. They pretty much started beating up Shearer. Cody Deaner tried to make the save and turn his hat behind and tried to take down Shearer, but pretty much Rohit and Raj pretty much tricked them. They started giving him the boots, and then Shearer gave him another world strong slam on him to take him down. I will say this about Shearer. I know the match is pretty short right now, but I guess it's steadily building him back up. Because, like I said, I kind of questioned Shearer being back in this company in general after what happened last time. I didn't think he was that good, and then what he was in WWE developmental. But he got released from there also. But a good match in general, though. Well, pretty short, but it was alright also just to try to get Shearer over. So I'm trying to give this time. So he hasn't looked bad yet, but we'll see where this goes. Next, pretty much TJ Perkins came in. Pretty much had, you know, a tie and dress shirt until followed by came in. He says, "Why are you wearing casual clothes? I told you it's supposed to be formal." And he says, "Well, your shirt's untucked. Well, you're wearing comfortable clothes." This is I said formal clothes, and then he said like Bob was speaking in English and everything, like you're wearing Jordans, you're wearing like what was it, sandals, I believe he was wearing by, and then he says you look like you're from a Korean boy band, and they start arguing with each other, which I thought was pretty funny, until, you know, pretty much says what side you guys are sitting. Ba said ba, and he says, "I know you can speak English, man, okay, so speak English." Eddie Edwards then pretty much came in, looked like he was all drugged out of his mind, thinking that Gabby there was Mr. Santos, so we'll see where that's gonna go. Madison Rayne went against Tennille Dashwood. Good match. Thought the crowd would probably care a little bit more in this, but it was a good match, I will say. From that, some people saying that I don't know where this Tennille thing is gonna go. Are they pushing her for the title real fast? I'm not really sure. I thought it was a good match though, and she ended up winning with the spotlight. Pretty much you know, not a shining wizard, but a big kick, a running big kick in a way to take down Madison Rayne for the win. So it was a good match, I guess, just to establish Tennille Dashwood, just to get her over right now. So we'll see where it's going, but she's supposed to be next in line for a title shot. So her beating, you know, Madison Rayne, it was a good match though, I will say that. One thing I will thought was funny when Madison Rayne had said, "Shut up, old lady," and then the biggest chant throughout the entire match was when the fans chanted, "Old lady, old lady, old lady." Next, RVD and his girlfriend Katie Forbes came in. They were the next guests. She pretty much wondered if Rob was going to get married next to her. Did RVD get? I know this is like his new girlfriend and everything for a while now, but did he get divorced last time I checked from his last wife? But yeah, I gotta give Van Dam some credit though, man. The stuff I've been seeing online with on Twitter, man. You know, I say if it's just this dude got divorced, man, this dude gets ass like it's nothing. Okay, he's a whole effing show for a reason. So for some reason, I have a newfound respect for RVD. I don't know why. I've always been a fan, but I don't know, man. The guy is just he is that dude right now. If you go look online, just go look at these photos online, man. This guy just, you gotta give him credit, man. You gotta give him credit for hitting that too. So good for Van Dam. But before he could answer anything, the Mac and Rich Swann came in, pretty much congratulated him on beating the North earlier. And, you know, we're the #1 contenders right now and everything. So when we win those tag titles, we're going to give you a title shot. But RVD pretty much went, you know, when me and Rhino do it, you know, we'll come to give you a title shot. And then he says, you know, we'll see, because he kind of looked him annoyed in a way. But he said, where are the drinks? And then, you know, Swan and Mac pretty much, they were annoyed, but kind of laughed it off in a way. Whenever they get a title shot. Next, Ken Shamrock coming out, making his return to Impact in a very long time. I believe he was on the first ever episode and becoming the first ever NWA heavyweight champion. When Impact first started, he was the first ever champion. Ken Shamrock pretty much says he had a lot of great memories here as being the world champion back then, and you know, he thanked the crowd for their support. You know, he was talking to Cage on Twitter a few weeks ago until Moose started getting involved in all this, running his mouth. You know, I talked about he's so tall, he's a former NFL player and shit, but you have to apologize for shit. But pretty much says, he wants to come at me, but he's gonna shut his big mouth. So this one, I want to come over to Impact, and he want to call out Moose, and he want a title shot with him at Bound for Glory, because Moose can be put in the grave, and that Shamrock is like the Reaper right now. So so yeah, he said like, I'm like, where's Moose right now, so I can put you in the grave. But Moose was not there. Moose was at one of, I believe, Ken Shamrock's gym, I believe, and pretty much, it's a big publicity stunt you're doing right now. I mean, gym and stuff and everything, but it'd be like an elephant being afraid of an ant. But he's going to prove why he's the best wrestler in the world, as Moose said. Pretty much, he walked all the way to an octagon, and he saw some black belts there. Some dude tried to ask for a membership, but Moose said, "Oh no, I got right here. I knocked you." He knocked him down. But then before he got into the octagon, he says, "Hold on, let me show you. Take off my shoes and show some respect to the dojo." I'm glad he learned that this time. If you remember the last time Moose stepped into an octagon ring, he got the crap kicked out of him because he went all the way to that Dan Lambert. Well, I know it was a horrible storyline the way in that Global Force crap, and I was mad Bobby Lashley had to be part of it. But that Dan Lambert thing, and what he walked in the octagon with his shoes on, and King Mo was there, and then like all these MMA guys just started beating the living crap out of Moose because he didn't take his shoes off before going in the octagon. So it looked like he learned his lesson this time. But pretty much once he got in there, they said you ain't allowed in here, and then he pretty much beat up these two random guys into the onto the ground, started laying punches back and forth, and say he's the most dangerous man. And Bound for Glory, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass, as he told to Ken Shamrock. So I will say this heel Moose is great, and I really did enjoy this segment. I thought it was good. Ken Shamrock was good on the mic. Gotta give it to Ken Shamrock too. The guy is still jacked to the freaking gills. I don't know how well he can still wrestle today. I know he's done some MMA fights here and there on Bellator, but the guy still looks great to this day. I will say that. But heel Moose, I will say I like him more and more, and this was a very great segment, especially to get the match over at Bound for Glory between Moose and Ken Shamrock. So I did like this segment and everything with heel Moose even beating up these random MMA guys. Rosemary was somewhere minding her own business, just standing around till Taya came in. I'll say we're friends and everything, but why are you in this purple room for some reason? Taya pretty much says, I have an announcement for you that, I'm going to be defending my title against Neil Dashwood about Bound for Glory. But Taya says, listen, I'll give you a title shot if you can get rid of it for me. Pretty much Rosemary said, oh, you see, you've been a great warrior before and everything. You see, before we worked together, but that was a deal, and that was Slammiversary, okay? But now that that deal is over, all I see now is a bleached blonde cow. You were once a great warrior around here. And she says, you need to be a proud warrior, then come to us to do your dirty work. Rosemary pretty much said that, you want to gain the respect and everything we once had. It's not there anymore. But Taya pretty much walked off and then came back with a purple dress and like, listen, hey, I need you to throw this on for the wedding, all right? So you can do that, right? And then Rosemary looked confused, said wedding. She threw the clothes on the ground, and they went to commercial from that. They then went back to who else was at the wedding reception there? Well, not reception, but before. OVE tried to get in, but security kicked him out as Sami Callihan said it was bullshit. Cage was talking to Rich Swann and Tommy Dreamer. Dreamer told Cage not to be nervous. Listen, this matters to me. The first time I ever saw Beulah McGillicuddy, one of the most beautiful women he's ever seen, and now he's married to her. Swann said, listen, I'm married too, and you have to be one woman the rest of your life. Dreamer says there's no such thing as this one woman rule. He is right about that. So what do you mean one woman? It's kind of funny with Rich Swann, like his wife technically murdered on TV last week, but then came back to life in some room in Mexico at a hospital. So yeah, he shouldn't be worried about his own wife right now. But next some dude came in named Ryan Cage, said it was his brother. So Ryan Cage, I don't know where they found this random dude at, but he just happened to be there for some odd reason. They then went to the bridesmaids, Kiera Hogan, Madison Rayne, Alicia Edwards and Taya, Johnny Bravo's there. Madison pretty much tried to give them advice, but Kiera says, "Look, why do we have to listen to you, huh? You're not even part of this bridal party." But then Taya says, "Listen, forget all that. I have a problem, and it's Tennille Dashwood. Even though Tennille's beating two of those women in the room right now, so I don't know how much help they're going to be to you." Dave Chris went against Tessa Blanchard in a spot for, or it's supposed to be a 5-way ladder match at Bound for Glory for the X Division title. Tessa went against Dave Chris. This is a good match. I don't think it makes sense to me was when Fulton started choking out Tessa, and Jake pulled him away, but there's no disqualification. As I see, or allegedly there's no disqualification. Can't throw nobody out. It looked like this was a good match though. They threw out Fulton, but this was a good match though, I will say that. And then with Tessa hitting the hammerlock DDT for the win. Listen, I'm not really surprised that she won. I know somebody brought it up early to me saying like, "Yo, Tessa's still fighting for the men's titles." I say, yeah. Well, it does make sense with the exhibition because there is no limits in this. But I kind of thought that we're pushing this girl towards the world title. But I think we're gonna wait on that right now since she's still in this kind of feud with OVE and Callahan and them. So we'll see where that keeps going and everything. But Tess ended up winning the match though, like I said, with the Magnum for the win, so that was good. We then went to the wedding reception. Yes, the wedding reception. Or did I mention Fulton came out after and slammed Tessa Blanchard several times? But as the wedding was about to begin, Alicia pretty much wondered where Eddie Edwards was. Madison pretty much says, "Listen, as a locker room leader, you need to get your marital problems right, or you're going to ruin your friend's wedding." Ace Austin happened to show up, says, "Where's Eddie?" But she said he could be the replacement and everything. Yeah, I guess he won that paid off Reno Scum to drop that pill in his drink. But then when they went to the wedding, the Rascals were sitting, coughing up some smoke, because I guess they were getting high. Jessica Havoc came in, sitting down, since whoever was sitting at the seats left because they were afraid. The Deaners came in. They both tried to put their shoulders around Havoc, but she pretty much looked at him and glared as they didn't do it. Jake tried to put it around what's the girl's name? Gabby, the AfterBuzz, the one that's been doing the interviews all night, but she wasn't going for it. They didn't have this smoke that looked like it was probably from, Photoshop or maybe After Effects or something around RVD, because RVD's high, and then is Katie Forrest pretty much was adjusting her shirt for her boobs. Jordan Grace moved because of the weed right there. Rosemary teleported into the room wearing all black as Fallah Bahh was sitting there. He tried to run, but TJ Perkins stopped him. Raju looked like he was about to cry, but pretty much got him seen threatening to slap him, so he pretty much got to normal. But as the ceremony began, everybody pretty much walked arm in arm with the bridesmaids, but it was Johnny Bravo and Taya. Taya decided just to walk on her own. Johnny Impact is not there in his company, so that's the only person she would walk with down the aisle. But pretty much, as Taya walked, she says, "Why are you wearing all black?" to Rosemary. Rosemary said, "Be lucky we even showed up here, okay?" Tommy Dreamer walked Melissa Santos down the aisle. Dreamer says, "Hey, I followed Katie Forbes on Instagram and said, Rascals, you guys are high right now, okay?" And then Shear's clothes or something. But Brian Cage's brother, Brian Cage, pretty much says, "Listen, before we begin with anything, is there any objections?" Taya pretty much said that, "Listen, I didn't set this up. This was all Johnny's idea, okay? There's supposed to be a fountain here and some chocolate there, but listen, okay, I have nothing. I did not plan this, but I planned a bachelor party last week." They said, pretty much Ryan said, "Does anything has to do with this wedding?" "Oh, no, this has nothing to do with the wedding. I just didn't want to be associated with any of this, okay? I did not plan any of this, not me." So, Taya said her words. Ethan Page got up then and spoke. And there's a problem with this company right now. And I don't know how much of a shoot this was, but he made a really good point about a lot of stuff Ethan Page was saying right here. Number one, about how this company is treating its employees, or superstars as he puts it. Pretty much talk about the wrestlers need a union. We've been saying that for years. And pretty much says, we talk about the pay scale right now, that all the older wrestlers get paid more than us, and we need to stop this, okay? Why they getting paid so much? That the champions should be paid as the real top stars in this company. Pretty much says, "Ain't that right, RVD?" As RVD pretty much looked at him there. I guess he's one of the older stars there, if you want to look at it like that. Page pretty much says that, I have to find out from the internet that you know, Impact's not paying royalties to the wrestlers and the company itself. So he pretty much says everyone here is babbling about love and everything. We need to talk about paychecks. We need to talk about dollar signs and how we can make more money in the professional wrestling industry right now, okay? That the champions need more scratch around here in this company, and that's why we need to get this union going. He is not wrong about that, and he's kind of right about this company's management, I guess, when it comes to pay. I don't know who put that in there, or unless Impact is mocking fans on the internet that makes up all these things about wrestlers being paid. I don't know. I know some people are going to put that with the Killer Cross situation going on right now, too. And y'all will say one little thing about this real quick. To what I've heard from both sides, from Impact and Killer Cross, is this. Listen, if Killer Cross doesn't want to be in the company more, let him go. Just let him go. Don't hold him there. You don't have nothing for him. Because I don't know, it has to do with pay, and you know, I know it's two sides to every story with that, but a lot of people out there deciding with Cross or siding with Impact and everything to how this whole situation's go. Because I've got Killer Cross in the company, but then it's like they won't let him go from his contract or something, and I don't know. I just look at it like kind of, I think he says too, like either do something with me or don't, just let him go. And I like Killer Cross, I like and everything, but I don't know, man. Some people think he didn't do the job right, or he should have honored his contract. I don't know what's going on right there. I need to put a little more detail in that, but a lot of people kind of compared it into that segment once Ethan Page started doing his promo. And it was a very good promo, too, which he made some very good points on. So I did like what he said, but Cage said, is there anyone else that wants to object? Eddie Edwards, he was drugged out of his mind, pretty much walked in the wedding. Alicia starts yelling at him then. Eddie pretty much vomits on Ryan Cage. Ace Austin pretty much says you need to get under control. Eddie clotheslines Ryan to the ground. Dreamer said you need to get out of here. Okay, you got to go. You're right. Ace Austin and all to like, get out of here, all right? But Tommy Dreamer says, listen, is there anyone qualified here to officiate a wedding? Pretty much somebody who said, I'm a doctor, and Dreamer says, sit down, Ariel. The doctor, Ariel. They're like, you're not a minister, you're not anything. You're a doctor, okay? Sit down. But Dreamer pretty much says, before we go to commercial, is there a priest, a shaman, a rabbi, a ship captain, a minister that can do this? Pretty much there's some music playing and they zoom the camera in. The sinister minister James Mitchell came in and then pretty much to lead this wedding. Pretty much, you know, for the wedding vows, hand over your rings right now. Pretty much he couldn't take his eyes off Melissa Santos several times. He even handed her a business card and stuff, and pretty much says, this you want to be or whatever, you know, in sickness, health, but you know, but the power invested in me in the Church of Satan and the state of Nevada, as Tommy Dreamer had to tell him. He pretty much mouths on both man and wife as he praised the Dark Lord Satan and everything. This is a very strange wedding, but I find a lot of this entertaining. Cage pretty much kissed Melissa and pretty much says we're gonna have the wedding reception in the ring, as Dreamer winked in the camera and says right after this commercial break. So personally, I thought that this was very entertaining. I thought it was a lot of, you know, way storylines going on with a lot of these guys that are all just sitting around each other. Just a lot of funny segments was going on right there. So I enjoyed that whole segment. I took a laugh at a couple things right there. And Ethan Page's promo made some really good logical sense right there too. So I did enjoy it, and James Mitchell popping out of nowhere was pretty funny too. You know, we need a minister, the sinister minister. But then, so we went back to the ring. Then, pretty much there was no ropes in the ring. Most of the talent, or probably random staff or random people, pretty much had nice clothes in ringside. Pretty much Cage and Melissa came out. They walked around the ring. So the bride and groom pretty much had a dance under a spotlight, but Sami Callihan interrupted with a champagne bottle in his hand. Pretty much says, I want to congratulate the bride and groom, but who wants to party with the death machine, he says. Callahan says, I'm not here to fight, but he's happy from when we were all friends before, but his feelings hurt when security tried to stop him. I got you a wedding gift, but now it's gone since he's drank it up. And I know you all want to go consummate the marriage. At least I'm saying that word right nowadays, too. But listen, I don't need that has-been Brian Cage at Bound for Glory. I want to see the machine at Bound for Glory so I can beat him for that world championship. But then, as he said, let's all raise a toast for the bride and the groom to a long, you know, beautiful life of marriage and children and healthy and everything. So it's best to the bride and the bitch, which he called Cage. Cage pretty much tried to punch him, but Callahan pretty much dodged it, and was, I guess he meant to hit Cage with the bottle, which wasn't probably a real glass bottle, but hits Melissa Santos in the head with it, knocking her down as he looked all very surprised and shocked that he did not mean to hit her in the face with a champagne bottle to take her down. But as that happened, that was the end of the show right there. Like I said, I enjoyed a lot of it. And the Callahan part right there builds up more and more to their match at Bound for Glory now between Cage and Callahan. I guess now, hitting Melissa in the head with a freaking glass, or not a real glass bottle there, to take her out. So I did enjoy that. I did enjoy people that was in the crowd for the wedding guests, like Rosemary Teleportation, like I said before, Rascals, Van Dam, the Minister, Ethan Page's promo. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was actually pretty fun and entertaining throughout this whole wedding. And Tommy Dreamer gave me a couple good laughs here and there too. So I did enjoy what was going on from this. Him just being involved was just, I thought it was pretty hilarious if you ask me. But it was pretty fun. I recommend going back to look at this little crazy wedding that they had going on. But like I said, the Callahan thing pushes the title match for Bound for Glory. I thought it was a pretty good show, to be honest, tonight being in Las Vegas. So they had a different show going on. Ethan Page shining on the microphone tonight. Like I said, I already got through the news what I said earlier about Access TV and Johnny Impact, Morrison going back to WWE and stuff. So it was a very good episode of Impact as we now lead more and more into Bound for Glory. And Ken Shamrock coming back too, and that whole promo segment with him and Miz was, Moose was pretty good too. So that was a very enjoyable show. But they are still building the Bound for Glory. I will give them that. So it is pretty going good right here to add some things going on in tonight leading into next month's pay-per-view. But other than that, I'm done with this review of Impact Wrestling. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of crazy schedules going on. Will I be back with an Impact review next week? Yeah, most likely on Saturday because SmackDown's on Friday now. So I'll probably do a review the same night on that. But like I said, just a few more weeks until Impact moves to Tuesdays, and we'll get all this whole wrestling schedule thing together. It's going crazy right now. It's gonna be a very big week for wrestling, anyways. Of course, Raw Monday. Like I said, Impact will not be there yet on Tuesday, but at least they're paying the past pay-per-views on the next night, though, on Tuesday. Wednesday is now the official war of AEW versus NXT, and of course, the first ever AEW television show, which will be debuting on TNT. But the Wednesday night war is upon us and will begin, and SmackDown, or should I say, going back to Friday night SmackDown again, will be debuting. Well, I should say be returning, but since debuting on a different channel, it's debuting on Fox, but we've already had a Friday night SmackDown before, but now it's going to be live. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of wrestling throughout next week and a lot of things going on. All right, so it's going to be a lot of channel flipping in my opinion, but we'll see what happens from this though. But other than that, I'm done with this review of Impact. Tell me what you thought about the show. Tell me what you think about the whole Access TV deal thing that's going on right now, and the day of them picking Tuesdays, John Morrison's contract status, Killer Cross's whole thing with the company right now. Tell me what you think about the show. But other than that, I'm out here. Comment, subscribe. You know what it is. You know where it goes. Know what I do. HWD, come in news reviews. Know what I do. Stay intact. This is Impact. And follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. I will see you guys later. I'm out of here. Peace out.